Come on, come all spontaneous views. It's a rainy day in Georgia. Real quick, I'm gonna lay off the little conspiracy analyst talk today, even though I'm itching to go in again. Reason why is because since the eclipse, and this video ain't even about the eclipse or nothing like that, but since that day, which was on, I think it was Monday, we haven't had a sunny day in Georgia since. It's been raining for the past 2 or 3 days, which is odd. And really the reason why I say it's odd because the precipitation of the rain is dirty. It's almost like I ain't trying to jump out the window, but I don't want to say it's fake rain or I don't know. It's just, all I know is that my car shouldn't be this dirty after it rains. But anyway, this blog is really about the J. Cole, Kendrick, hip hop, dissing in general. I'm gonna keep it real with you. The album came out with J. Cole last week Friday. Okay. It was kind of disappointing in a way to where it was like, man, this album is great. I'm not saying it's disappointing as far as the album. The album is great. We already know that even if you was to diss Kendrick Lamar, which the diss wasn't really that, it's not like you went super ugly. It's not like you did the Ice Cube No Vaseline. It's not like you did Tupac Hit 'Em Up. You ain't do these type of records. You did that. And I'm not saying it was whack, but it didn't put you in a stance to where you felt like you had to just apologize. So let me just say this. We already know the era of rap has changed. Hip hop is hip hop, but I said this briefly. I said this before. Hip hop is not like how it used to be in the sense of dissing. Like, we've had prior beefs back in the day. Like, you had the Drake, Meek Mill, Drake, Pusha T. Them guys went at it. But we already knew it was friendly fire. Like, we're not really expecting them to just dump out on the internet saying wild stuff. Just doing wild, crazy stuff, like threatening. Like, we already knew it wasn't going to be like that. So let me just say this. I'm pretty sure y'all heard the apology, what J. Cole was saying. And this is my take on it. I'm looking at it like this. He knew he had to say something. That's why he did the record, because you would have never released it if just 2 days later you found yourself apologizing for it. So you knew you was releasing it. So this is how I could take it 2 ways. One way I would take it is like, hey, maybe he just felt guilty. He don't want that on his conscience. He just like, okay, I'm just gonna say I apologize in one of my shows. That way I can go to sleep at night. That's what he was talking about in the little, y'all seen the little speech he did at his little concert. He was saying it was whack. He was saying about how, that's not how he moved. And we get it. But it was friendly fire though, man. It's not like you really had to apologize. You can't take hip hop to the level that it's at and then apologize because you did a diss song. Like, I don't think that's ever happened in all of my years of hip hop. And I've been listening to music since I was 7, 8 years old. I can't recall no one apologizing for a diss record that you didn't even say nothing in. Like, you was snapping, it was cool, but it ain't like you was going super, like you wasn't really doing it like that for you to apologize. But I get it. Hip hop is changed. It's not like how it used to be. Like, people respect snitches nowadays. You can snitch and come out and damn near have a #1 album. Like, that's just how it is nowadays. Back in my time, that wasn't happening. But back in my time, you wasn't even labeled a rapper. We can already see you a mile away if you was already fake. So you wouldn't even be associated with calling yourself hip hop or being a rapper back in the day. Like back in the day, we had that discernment where we can see when somebody is like, oh, nah, something, nah, buddy, nah, dude ain't, nah, you ain't it. Nowadays, you can look the weirdest. You can have all the crazy colors. You can have the grill. You can dress all weird. And it's cool. I don't knock it, but hey, that's where we're at. And this is my other take as to why I think J. Cole apologized. Cause let's keep it real. J. Cole and Kendrick are friends. You're not gonna make it seem like J. Cole don't have his number, can't call him. You know good and well J. Cole can call Kendrick Lamar and be like, yo, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and release this track or release the track on my album. And then 2 days after that, I'm going to do a show and I'm going to apologize. Right? So now that can open the door for you and Drake to beef. I didn't think about that. Because think about it. Prior to J. Cole record coming out, Drake had did a demo disc. Now, I'm going to keep it real. I don't know if that song was directed to Kendrick, but when I heard it, that song sounded like it was like a demo, like a rough draft of a disc that he was shaping up for Kendrick. So what if the plan was, okay, I'm going to go ahead and say something, but then I'm going to bow out and I'm going to let you and Drake go at it. But because this is my thing. If I'm not mistaken, and I wish I thought about the name of the CD anyway, Kendrick supposedly have an album coming out this Friday. Actually, it's tomorrow. I'm tripping. That's tomorrow or today. This video might not drop till tomorrow, so I'll just say today just for the hell of it. But anyway, it's supposed to be 3 songs on it, and it's supposed to have NBA Youngboy and Baby Keem on it. It's like a 3-song LP. Now, I'm pretty sure Kendrick, if this does drop today, I'm going to keep saying today, if this does drop, then you know he's going to be saying something about J. Cole. So my thing is this, you apologize. What if Kendrick still come out and just smack you in the face with a verse? Then what you gonna do? That's why I felt that you should have never apologized. Like, I get it. You could have apologized on the phone with him. You ain't gonna cap like you ain't got his number. Come on, man. Let's stop. You know that all 3 of them, Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole, all of them got each other number. You know that. They're come on, man, they friends. Just like you got friends that you call day to day. They do the same thing. They rappers. They around the same circles. You know they got each other number. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that the diss, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if it was planned or not planned, to be honest with you. Like, we don't know. We're not in those circles. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what they talking about. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you really didn't have to apologize. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you could have did that over the phone. Y'all could have squashed that over the phone, regardless of how you felt. Because again, if you would have did a super ugly, if you was talking about his baby moms, talk about his moms, I'm running up in your house with the ratchet, I'm a suplex your mother. Like, if you was on that type of time, then I could say, oh yeah, I apologize. But you was nowhere near that. Like, you was nowhere near that. Like, you just was nowhere near that. So I don't understand the apology. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is probably one of the best J. Cole albums that came out in really the last couple years. Honestly, the album came out almost a week ago. Let's just say a week ago. And I haven't been listening to nothing since it came out. Because it's a well-rounded album. You got Daylight, Ab-Soul, the song Pie, that song go crazy. Like, he got some joints on there. And then to end it off with the supposed diss, that was perfect. And then you apologized. Man, this era of rap, man, is different, man. Like, maybe he's the type of person that it deals with his conscience, and ultimately he just couldn't deal with the emotions of dissing somebody. You know, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna try to, I'm not gonna try to make it seem like he's soft. I'm not gonna try to make it seem like, oh, yo, why you did that? To me, it's almost like if Kendrick comes out tomorrow with this supposed EP, LP, whatever it is, tomorrow. Supposedly, I don't know. I know I seen the post last week, but I haven't seen anything about it. If that's the case, and Kendrick says something to J. Cole, what are you going to do? That's the problem with the apology. It's like you closed the door on your end and you left it wide open on Kendrick, and Kendrick could come in there blazing now because you already apologized. 5 years from now, if this situation was to come up, people are going to be like, yeah, J. Cole apologized. And I get it. Like, I get why you did it. I'm not going to sit up here in front like I can't, put the shoe on the other foot, so to say. I get it. But when you're talking about hip-hop, if y'all supposedly the top 3 rappers in the game, lyrically, then why not have a friendly sparring match? Like, what is wrong with that? Like, I get the apology, but then what are you really apologizing for? Like, it can't be your conscience. Like, that's, now that I really think about it, nah. It ain't got nothing to do with you sleeping because, bruh, like I said, you could call Kendrick. You could call any of these dudes. You've been throwing subliminals out for a second anyway. Like, people been catching them little songs that you've been doing. You was throwing subliminals out there. Yeah, back in the day, it wasn't really subliminally. You already knew who somebody was talking about. When Ether came out, within the first 3 seconds of that song, we knew who Nas was talking about. So, I get it. We knew that you was talking about Kendrick, but you, like I said, man, you battled him, or you did a diss record, and it was a lyrical sparring match, a little tap, little jab that you did, and that was it, man. That was it. It's just, it's different. The apology is different. I'm just going to keep it real. But to conclude off this vid, the only thing I can say is this, and I've said this before, hip-hop is not hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, or any other person, because I feel like it's other. Conway the Machine is lyrical to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Rome Streets is lyrical to me. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't, to me, people going to look at album sales, and people going to look at how many concerts you sell out. Like, yeah, we can incorporate that, but hip-hop wasn't built off that back in my day. It was lyrics. You couldn't sound like nobody else. It was about lyrics. And if you got 3 of the top dudes that don't sound like each other, and y'all all putting in work, regardless of who's selling more records than who, it don't really matter. At the end of the day, just embrace it. Embrace the moment. You don't want to lose this moment. I think that's where I'm upset about. It's the moment is gone. I'm listening to his CD, and I'm like, yeah. In my mind, prior to this apology, I'm like, all last week, and I'm like, yo, yeah, this is it. I'm like, this is it. And then you apologize, and then now it's like the momentum of the album kind of shifted to me, even though I still listen to it, but the momentum kind of shifted, because now it's like, okay, well, you already closed the door on that, so, like, I don't know, man. It's just, I'm not going to look at J. Cole no different than any other bot. Like, it is what it is. That's what that man wanted to do. He's a grown man. That's his decision. I get it. But on the flip side, it's like, you closed the door on a situation that could have been fun for hip-hop. And I hope it's some psych-a-lie type situation where if Kendrick were to respond to you, you will go on the booth and just, okay. Because I know you got songs lined up. You ain't gonna sit up and that's not your first song you have for Kendrick or Drake. You probably got stuff lined up for Drake too. All 3 of y'all got songs that y'all got at least 2 songs apiece against everybody. Y'all, come on, man. That's all. That's their lifestyle. That's all they do is sit back and write. So you already know. You ain't gonna tell me J. Cole ain't got at least 2 disses for Kendrick. J. Cole ain't got at least 2 for Drake. Drake ain't got 2 for J. Cole or Kendrick. Kendrick ain't got 2 for J. Cole and Drake. Like, you ain't gonna tell me that's not the case. You know that they loaded up. Just like how just like J. Cole said he loaded up with 2 more albums, you loaded up with disses too. So I'm gonna conclude off that. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? I'ma still listen to the album. I just hate that you kind of closed the door on the battle, which it just could have been a friendly sparring match. We needed the last one we had was who, like, and then it wasn't really all that, whoever it was, because I can't even remember who it was. But anyway, man, come on, I'm out. Y'all have a good day. Still flat.